All right, super quick intro to the video. After I did the shop tour, I was able to go ahead and get started on moving a few things around and kind of got some ideas as I was showing all of y'all that. So this video was filmed the same day. I do own more than one shirt, but just didn't make a ton of progress, but just wanted to go ahead and record some of that and maybe get it out there. Keep posting these videos up periodically. I don't know how frequent they're going to be, but just wanted to get the videos up so I can start getting some feedback from y'all. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's something maybe y'all can help me with. I got this Brother P-Touch printer. It does an awesome job, no complaints with the quality of the labels or anything. And I actually just use Amazon knockoff label paper because it's like a third of the price probably. But when I print things, and let me type one up real quick. It adds like ½ an inch to the front of the label. So I end up wasting a lot of tape and I end up cutting it off, but it prints this extra here, but not at the end. I don't know what setting to change to get that. Puts two little dots, like this is where you cut it off to make the margins equal front and back, but don't know how to make it not do that. Messed with the settings a good bit and hadn't been able to figure it out, and I'm sure it's something stupid simple that I've done because I don't think it always did that. So maybe y'all can help me. All right, making some good progress here. Labeling all my deli containers with different labels. I had them originally labeled on the top because they were in the drawers on the cabinets for my miter saw station. But I really like this better in the cabinet, organized. I can just quickly at a glance find what I need, grab it and go. Those containers for $1 a piece have worked out really well, and they come in a variety of sizes. I just have like the two smaller sizes. Also want to say I filmed a lot of the Not a Shop tour on my older iPhone. I think it's the iPhone X, but it doesn't have the 0.5 zoom or 0.5 ratio, so the quality may not be that great. But the plan was to use an older phone and not use up a lot of the storage on my phone that I use every day for normal use, but that's not going to work out. So I'm just going to switch to this one, a little newer phone that has that wider ratio, especially in this garage, tight quarters. I'm not going to be able to see that great, so apologies for that, but just kind of going to work the kinks out on some things, but that's coming along pretty good. Got to figure out what I really want to do with these shelves. I'm getting the stuff organized and kind of clustered together. I got a whole empty shelf down here I can use, but not really sure how it's going to go. I think I'm going to shift all these containers here. I have that whole area be containers, and maybe like glues, aerosol sprays like WD-40 or lubricants, cleaners, and things, basically things that are in bottles or cans here, containers here, PPE, and maybe just miscellaneous there. And then very seldom or bulk items will end up on the bottom shelf. But again, coming along pretty good. I also got to figure out, these containers are fairly small. So if I was to, have rows and rows of them, which I may end up having a good many, whatever's in the back's just going to kind of get forgotten or lost, especially if this is full across and depth-wise. You're not really going to dig through it. I feel like you're just going to end up running out and grabbing a new box of stuff. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do there. Maybe it's that I have, some, say screws, maybe have this pretty full, and if it comes in bulk, maybe the bulk gets stored behind, and then you refill these, because these are good to grab, you know, sit on the counter or workbench or whatever and grab out of. That's the plan there. We're just gonna keep chugging along, turning this not a shop into a shop. I was just measuring these up. These pack outs here with the rails on them, they come out to roughly 22 inches. Kind of hard to get a firm. Yeah, pretty much exactly 22 inches. Measured between these posts, I got 70 inches, so 3 pack outs wide. That's all I'm gonna be able to fit. The height's pretty good the way it is, so I think I'm just gonna leave all the shelves at the height they're at. Because with that 4 inches of extra room, that'll be just enough to get my hand in there, pull out the pack out I need, or I can just access the drawer. I have 2 more drawer units with plumbing tools and maybe some plumbing fittings. I think I keep some different PEX fittings in one of them with the drawers. You'll notice I have this Festool sander. I think I'm just going to leave that back there hidden away. Probably not going to use that very often. May just end up selling it. I got it because we were doing in our house the popcorn ceiling. They had popcorn ceilings in every room in the house, and we removed all but 2 bathrooms because we hadn't really touched those. Probably when we remodel them, it's more or less going to be a gut job. So just going to tackle the ceilings then. No point in putting a lot of effort into something to turn around and tear it out in a year or 2 or even 3. So that's kind of the motive of this channel. I try to take on as many things as I can as far as doing them myself. Not that I think I can do it better or anything like that. I just like to learn. Any new skill you learn parlays and building your skill set. Learning something in carpentry may help you in working with metal and fabricating, or it's always the ability. Something you do in plumbing, you may do something with layout and you may learn something, and that may come up again. You might lay brick or something sometime, and you know, the way you measure something or the way you think through a project and kind of engineer it in your mind and lay it out in your mind, it all kind of works together in building that skill set and building that mentality to think through some things. Just wanted to show y'all something real quick. I know Festool gets a lot of crap because they do charge a premium for what they sell. But one thing I really like that they do with their sustainers, one, that they've always managed to put the whole tool in here, but 2 is that they always have a picture right here. It makes it stupid simple to know exactly how everything fits. Is just follow that picture and pack everything in there. And you also know if something's missing, if you're missing an accessory or something like that. And then these boxes also, everybody may know this, but you lock them together like this, and they stay together. Or if you need access to one at the bottom or the middle of your stack, you go upside down with your handle and you can open it without unstacking all your sustainers. Also, before I get any slack, several of these are empty, or this actually has a Porter cable tool in it. They had a deal, Festool had a deal a while back where you got a whole 4 or 5 different sustainers for a super good deal. So I don't have that many Festools. I have more sustainers than I do actual tools to go in. Alright, pretty happy with the way this is so far. Still stuff up here and stuff down here, but the main goal was getting things off the floor or off of a flat surface and trying to start getting a home for everything. So I got the sustainers here, got this pack out here, got, like I said, 2 more drawer units that are in my trailer that I'll put those there tomorrow or sometime soon. Want to get all this paint off of this shelf and out into our building, but again, not that worried about it, more trying to get the clutter and the mess that's kind of just been sat down and start finding a home for some things. So I'm pretty happy with this, like I say, so far, and starting to see some space and little incremental changes, you know, they add up over time. So I think I'm gonna jump on next. I got a couple of drawers over here, one that had all the screws and stuff in it that is in a cabinet now, and another one's got some squares and stuff and pencils and tape measures. I think I'm gonna move that over to what used to be my hardware storage and maybe make that kind of a layout drawer or different kind of instrumentation will go in that drawer, and then marking stuff, pencils, markers, pens, anything like that will go in a smaller drawer, and I'll show you that here in a second. Alright, so I got those drawers knocked out, and here's how I end up. I don't know if y'all have this problem. I end up chasing my tail because I want to move one thing, it affects another and another and another. But emptied this drawer out. Like I say, this used to be my hardware storage. I had those little deli containers with the labels on the top, but pretty limited to what you can put in there. Hang on. Had to sneeze. So here's a few things that were left. This was in this drawer, but it was the whole drawer. It's the Kaizen foam, fast cap Kaizen foam. Got a few different marking layout tools. Need to add a few more. I got all this space back here left. Here's my whole woodpeckers collection. This little bitty square, but I like their stuff, and I'll use that a lot for layout. But this is gonna become marking and layout, and maybe some of these smaller tools. Only got just a few. I got a small block plane, and then some very small block planes. I like these just if I want to ease an edge real quick or something. Drills here that I use in the shop, the Milwaukee 12-volt stuff, and some drivers and drill bits that I need to consolidate that, and that would free up all this space. This stuff, now that I cleaned it out of the drawer, needs to go in my hardware cabinet and get organized. And then a few router accessories that I've got. I think this is called the Little Lipper, and then I got a Amazon adapter to run Makita on the Festool track. This is all, I guess, marking now. So markers, pencils, pens, and then a few little multi-bit screwdriver when you just want to grab one real quick. And these, I like these just as a general use. These are the knives for the Kaizen foam that are smaller than a normal breakaway razor blade, so you can make sharp turns and stuff. And this long tipped marker that's used can be skinny enough to go down beside and trace things out, and then you can cut your foam out accordingly. Got 2 batteries there. I guess I need to take them to Lowe's or something. They're both dead, as in they won't recharge anymore. So need to just get rid of those, toss those. Over here on this cabinet, I had this, was kind of set up. I had a TV that I got for free somewhere. I had it sitting in there, and then just a few other knickknacks. But now that I got the TV mounted on the wall, down here was all stain, or is stain and finishes that I've used for different projects. So probably gonna move all the stain and stuff up to that recently vacated spot. And then I got a few other things in here that some of it's honestly trash, probably some of that stain in the back. I have some epoxy. I used to do granite countertops, and so I've had that on hand for a while now. It's the epoxy, and then you have all your colors where you can tint stuff. It's a knife grade epoxy, not the flowing epoxy like that people use to make tables. But I like having that on hand. Fixed a few different chips. Actually fixed a piece of marble the other day. Someone had moved a piece of furniture, had a marble top on it, and it broke in half. So I was able to use that and put it back together. You know, you can still tell if you know it's there, but got it pretty clean looking all in all. So gonna move that stain up, and then we'll see what this space ends up getting used for. Like I say, these are the prefab cabinets just from Lowe's. I don't know why that shelf is less than half the depth of the cabinet. End up with a lot of wasted space. I'd like for it to come out a little farther than it does. It doesn't have to come all the way out if you want to set something tall in here. That's the plan on this. Inch by inch, making a little bit of progress. Alright, making good progress back over here at the hardware cabinet too. I moved a few of those things I got out of the drawer out up here. Got my aerosols there, still just glues and strings and different things here. Consolidated all the deli containers here with nuts and bolts and different things, and then haven't done anything down there. Question is, over the years you end up with all these, I guess, specialty fasteners. You know, I can't even remember what I got a lot of this for, but stuff that probably come in a multi-pack. You know, this 10, that's from Fastenal, that's not very many. I probably needed 2 of them, or even one of them. I had to get the whole pack. At what point do you just say, toss it, you're not going to need it again? I almost wish I had a date on there, as far as once it got past a certain amount of time, I would just trash it. Do use those for oil change. So that's the question. When is it hoarding, and when is it keeping it for a good cause that you really may need it soon? I don't know how I ended up with those. RTV silicone, but a lot of these were specialty fasteners. I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee a while back, and that's honestly probably what a lot of this is from. 10 pieces. I think these are, I replaced the wheel bearings, and needed 3 per side. So it should have 4 extras if that's what that's from. But again, comment maybe what you do as far as when do you let it go, when do you keep it. You know, I obviously don't want to just stick it in a jar full of nuts and bolts, because I know I definitely won't use it then. At least with it in a package, I know what it is if I know what I need. So let me know below what y'all do on that. Stopping what I was doing for a minute to get down here and turn the pool on. Finally got a little bit of rain, which is going to knock a lot of the pollen down that we got in the area. So needing to turn the pool on to get the filter, cleaning some of that up. This rain's a very welcome relief too. If you live in the upstate of South Carolina or western North Carolina, you know we've got a big forest fire going on, the Table Rock Complex fire. Burned about 13,000 acres last I checked. So this rain's a real welcome relief, but just wanted to get this going. The pool is another little project. I'm gonna have some work to do on it too. I need to redo some of the plumbing here. I got the pool filter that's over here in our little brick wall. The pump does pretty good. I got this chlorinator here that I don't use, and it started leaking. And then there's also this, I don't know what you'd call it, a secondary pump here that's for more like a vacuum. You could plug into a third jet that's on the side of the pool. But just wanted to kick it on real quick, take a break from cleaning up the shop for a few minutes just to get a little sunshine too. I've got this timer. It does pretty good, but because of some of the leaks that I was talking about, ends up losing prime a lot of times. So I've just been coming down here usually late in the evenings and just turning that pump on and letting it cycle. The pool's cleaned up pretty good. One thing we gotta kind of work through too, I've got this Matronics Sigma, I think it's called. Yeah, Sigma pool pump, pool vacuum that I need to fix. I think the problem is they got the power cord that you have a little box there that you plug in. That's kind of the brains and the Bluetooth part. And then this power cord comes down, but it's got a swivel in the middle and just has some contacts in there. It's like a copper disc and then pins that touch it that allow it to swivel inside. But it seems like water gets in there a lot and just kind of burns it up or melts inside that socket there. I found online the other day you can get this exact cord that omits that piece. So I think that's what I need to do to get that fixed. Of course, last I checked, I was getting ready to order that because everything I checked out looks like it's going to fit this unit. Now they're currently unavailable, so I'm gonna have to figure something else out. The pool is, believe it or not, pretty clean. The water's clear, just pollen sitting on top, and then flowers and leaves and stuff that fall out of the trees from right around the area. Fair amount of trees here, even though we lost a lot during the hurricane. But just wanted to take a little break and kind of show y'all some stuff that I got going on outside of the shop. All right, got some progress being made. From the last video, I had the little mini fridge here. We ended up moving it inside. It's not where it's going to permanently be, but we put it somewhere and we put it to use for the time being and just kind of trying it out in a different area. So that freed up a lot of space. What I think I'm going to try to do next is jump over here and take this shelf, turn it and put it back against the wall. I had it there before, but with some stuff moved out, maybe I'll like it better this time. And then we'll take this wood cart here, pull it out, leave some space. I'll still be able to walk through the garage good. And then I think I'm gonna take from back here in the closet one of the cabinets out, and then end up over here on this side. I think I'm gonna have one cabinet, one on the end, and then one back to back there. So I'll have a little peninsula of 3 cabinets. Gonna try that. May end up moving all this and then moving it right back or moving it somewhere else. But seems like that's just what you got to do here, just trial and error and find what works. Trying to utilize everything I got, a lot of storage. And then keep it in mind too, I'm gonna build some cabinets. I'm gonna, when I come over here and build these cabinets, that's gonna make a lot more storage as well. Also started moving some stuff out of this cabinet up, so I'm gonna have stains and sealers and stuff there. So I have a full 36-inch cabinet there as well, that will be used somehow. I hadn't figured out quite what that's gonna be for, but just seems to be the process. Move one thing, but you got to move something else to make space. So you end up moving a lot of stuff around. I think that's what takes so long with all this process. But keep following along with me. We're gonna get there. All right, turn that radio. Got everything moved. Don't love it, but I don't hate it. It is a lot more space, but it ended up not working exactly like I wanted. I thought those were going to go back to back, but there wasn't enough space there. It measured out okay, but actually, when you physically sit in the space, it doesn't work as good. So kind of backing up and punting there. Another thing I'm thinking about is I measured it, and I can go shelf and then 3 cabinets, boom, 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 all the way to the corner. The only thing is that's going to really eat up a lot of my space where I wanted this little workstation. So got to reconsider that, or maybe that oscillating sander really could just be put away. I don't use it enough that I really care if it's out all the time. So I'm gonna have to rethink that. Second thing that's a problem if I go that route is there's actually a spigot inside the garage right there. I don't really use it, but I could use it a lot more for washing cars and stuff. So if I put the cabinets there, that's gonna be completely hidden behind the cabinets. So that's something else to consider. I just keep playing with it here for a few minutes and see what I like. But that should have opened up a lot of space in here too. So I'm thinking this can be like the little kids section. That cabinet already is used for a lot of their stuff, and so maybe this can become their little area. They got some scooters and like a tricycle and stuff, and they got some toys and pool stuff in here. Kind of what I thought about, maybe even just a super simple, even out of 2x4 shelf to come up and over, and that would allow scooters and bikes and stuff to go kind of park in the garage underneath, and then have shelves of storage above it. Something else I'm thinking about. I'm just, like I said, gonna keep playing with it and see where it goes. All right, still a mess, but I think I want to go ahead and end the video so I can get it put out, and just so I can keep getting these videos put up and posted. Also, I might get some ideas back from y'all, and I'm kind of at a standstill, so maybe sleep on it or give it a day or two, and maybe I'll have, some ideas come to me. Since the cabinets didn't work out quite the way I planned, I don't know what I want to do. If I want to do 2 cabinets in a row and then take this cabinet here and pull it out and have kind of like an aisle in between, and then have some storage on the back side of this cabinet. I would have it turned around backwards, and maybe have my spray paint and stuff there, or clamp storage. Other option would be the 2 cabinets beside each other, and then 1 cabinet back here where the drill press is. There's also an outlet there because I got all my battery chargers and stuff on that cabinet. So that's another thought. But just like I say, I want to go ahead and get this video out there, maybe get some ideas from y'all, and just have a little time to think about things, and just see where we can go from there. Hope this helps. Hope this encourages y'all to just get started and just kind of start pecking away at getting your shop in order. And we'll see you later.